and good morning. Welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tammy. And if you hear the pitter patter of feet or you hear whining or barking, that is Parker. She's up and she's ready for her breakfast, but I told her she gets that after we finish this reading today. For those of you who have watched my channel before, welcome back. For those of you who are new, I am so happy that you're here. I just got to show everybody, as you can see, I don't have that horrible coffee table anymore with that awful tablecloth that wrinkled up like crazy on it. And you can hear Parker over here. She's saying good morning, everybody. Santa was very well, treated me very well, and I got everything put together. So I won't give you a whole tour now, but this is my beautiful new workspace. And I'm sorry if I'm crooked. I haven't had coffee yet this morning. There's my beautiful lotus wall decor and my shelf, which is not really finished yet. And then my beautiful new workspace. Parker, be nice. And I'm sorry if this looks crooked, but I am crooked with everything. And trust me, my husband used his level and spent like, I don't know how long leveling this thing. But anyway, I'm going to try to get a little closer in here. You see my beautiful crystal ball that I got. It is so much prettier in person. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. And as you see, it's got some red quartz in it a little bit, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Oops. And then I also got another sphere, Labradorite, and for anybody that's not familiar with this crystal, the beautiful reflections and the colors you see aren't from the outside of the crystal. That is actually light reflecting the inside. So all those beautiful colors, that's why this stone is just, there's a lot of it on the market. It's considered rare, but it's not really. But this is a crystal that's used by a lot of Reiki practitioners. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a Reiki master teacher. All right, so with that being said, I'm sorry. So let's get some housekeeping out real quick this morning. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. You would be doing me a great favor. And also do it for your fellow YouTubers. It really, really does help the algorithm. At the end of the video, please give it a thumbs up. Normally on Fridays, I do an oracle card message for the weekend, but because today is the full moon and it's a full moon in Cancer, it's the wolf moon, I thought that I would use my Moonology cards and draw from those, and we're going to do a special reading for the full moon in Cancer. So you won't be selecting a card. Take it as things resonate. If something resonates with you, put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath in, and claim that for yourself. And I will say, excuse me, I do have my water here. I've got over a nasty case of the flu and or a cold or whatever. So I still have a little bit of the cough, so I'm trying to not cough so much, but if I do, I apologize in advance, and I will say excuse me. All right, so for those of you who are new, this is different for the weekend. Like I said, this will cover today through Sunday, and then Monday morning we'll do our regular tarot reading for Monday through Thursday. At the end of the video, I do what is called a Reiki hug, and it's 2 minutes of distance Reiki healing. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards while I'm talking. So it's 2 minutes of distance Reiki healing. There's nothing you need to do, but just sit back, relax, close your eyes for 2 minutes, and just let the Reiki healing come to you. But we'll go over that more when we get to the end. So like I said, I'm going to shuffle these cards up. I am going to really quick try to adjust this a little better to be able to see the cards. And whoops. It's hard looking at the video and then shuffling at the same time. But anyway, so like I said, we're going to do a reading for the full moon in Cancer. For those of you who are not Cancerians, us Cancers are known as moon babies, so we are hugely affected by the full moon. And the moon today has moved from Gemini into Cancer. So for those of us who are of the zodiac sign of Cancer, we're going to probably be a little more emotional today. So just go with the flow. And if you know somebody that's a Cancer, just give them a little bit of a break. All right. So we have our cards here. So we're going to, all right. Excuse me. So we're going to pull 6 cards. Oops, and you can't see them all the way that I have the camera. Okay, hold on. I'm going to move this back a little bit. And I apologize. As I said, this is the first time I'm using my workspace. There we go. So we have our 6 cards, with this being 1 and working our way clockwise through the deck. Now remember, something may or may not resonate with you. And if you're not sure, come back and rewatch it on like Sunday. A lot of times when you go back and see a reading, you're like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Or if you're having a difficult issue with something, it'll resonate at that point. All right, so with that being said, card number 1, which is right here, is the question we're asking is, how have I nurtured my emotional self within the last 6 months? Okay? So, because as we said, Cancer energy is all about emotions. They're very motherly people. They're very caring, but oh my God, we feel emotions intensely. So, as I said, what have I nurtured? How have I nurtured my emotional self in the last 6 months? And for this card, I don't like the shadow I have here. It says, the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. And here's the picture of this card. And how you have nurtured is that I think that you're learning to, as far as emotional sense, because that's what we're talking about with this card, is that you're learning to let things go. And you might not have totally let everything go yet, but you're realizing that, living in the past and with those emotions, again, that's what we're talking about here. So past emotions and situations that bring up, hard emotions for us, we're learning to release those. And, we're learning that we've just got to release control and trust that the universe has our back, and this is throughout, anything in our life, whether it's a relationship with somebody, whether it's, a spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever, sibling, child, coworker, friend, whatever, is that, you've just got to just release those emotions and let them go. That, sometimes, we'll do that little walk down memory road, and it'll bring up some deep-seated feelings that we might not necessarily like, and then we kind of start spiraling out of control a little bit. But I think over the last 6 months that you have been working on this, and that you need to continue to work on this, that you need to continue to find balance, a balance between your personal life, so to speak, as well as your private life, which your personal life and your private life are a little different. Excuse me. And you have to stop fearing the worst. We don't want to live in the past. And while we want to plan for the future, we don't want to be totally absorbed by the future. Because when we live in the future, we're missing out on the present moment. So as far as, again, how have you nurtured yourself emotionally? You've really been trying to work on letting those emotions, what, sometimes we call it our shadow self. You're working on letting those things finally go and just release. So again, just release it, let it go. The universe has your back. Okay. All right. Card number 2 here is, where in my life am I ready to heal? Okay. And the card we're drawing for this, it says a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Well, that's exciting. Well, I think that this is kind of playing in with this, because we said, we're letting go. You've been working on letting go of emotions that aren't serving you well and letting go of the past. And I think that where in your life you need to heal is that whoever was involved in this, whether it's a friend or a family member, I think it's about time maybe you reach out and let them know that, you know what, I forgive you. I think that this is a time in your life that, you are ready to heal. And in order to heal, you need to forgive. And that doesn't mean forget. Forgiven just means that you're not going to spend any more of your energy dwelling on something that you can no longer change and something that doesn't serve you well. So, reach out to whoever it is and, let them know, hey, you didn't break me and I forgive you, and whether or not you pick up the relationship where it left off. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationship. Whether you picked up where you left off or not is up to you. You can forgive somebody and say, okay, that chapter is closed and good luck to you. And I wish you all the best. But, I need for myself to say that I forgive you. Libra energy is all about equilibrium. And so therefore, I think that this energy with this card, as far as healing, what you're ready to heal in your life right now, is the fact that you need to bring that equilibrium back into your life. Let it go. As we said here, let it go and forgive them. And if it's maybe somebody you don't know how to get in touch with or something like that, sit down and write a letter. And you don't have to mail it. Write the letter and then burn it. Write the letter just saying, you forgive them. And if it is somebody that you would like to rekindle a friendship or whatever with, let them know what they mean to you. And that's how you are going to heal. Okay? Well, that's pretty deep. Okay. So I told you this Cancer is all about emotions. All right. So card number 3, our question is, how can I open my heart while maintaining healthy boundaries? Because again, forgiving someone doesn't mean that you forget. So you don't want to say, okay, well, love and light to all. I love everybody and I'm happy and everybody can use me and walk all over me and treat me like garbage. No. Just because you're spiritual or that you're in a good place in your life doesn't mean that you need to let people walk all over you. Okay? So how can you open your heart while maintaining healthy boundaries? And the universe is saying it's a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Excuse me, I need to take a sip of water. I'm sorry about that. So we get Libra again. And what we said was Libra was all about equilibrium. So how can we open up our heart and maintain boundaries? Well, what this card is saying, it's a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Remember, full moons are about releasing and forgiveness. And we just talked about forgiveness here. And the way that you can really open up your heart while also creating healthy boundaries is, let go. Let go and trust the universe. And again, that doesn't mean you need to let people walk all over you and love and light, love and light, love and light. you can be all love and light, love and light, love and light, but still have boundaries. Pay attention to the universe. But, when you get to that point of like, okay, can I trust this person or what? Take a deep breath and try to see yourself through eyes of love. When you open up your heart and you start to see things and you start to do things from the heart, you're going to see that people react differently. And if people really know, that you're doing something out of the goodness of your heart, or, you're trying to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like grow the friendship or grow the relationship out of nothing but love, that they're going to respond differently. They're going to trust you more. They're going to give you trust. They're going to be more open. And, and that has healthy boundaries within it. And to set those boundaries is that you need to always remember that you need to, again, we're talked about Libra and we have the scales here, is that balance. So you need to have a balance between your desires, your wants, and their desires and wants. So, if you have a friend that, they just want to suck all the life out of you and, you want to be friends, but it's not like you want them there every breathing moment. You need to understand where they're coming from, and you can be tactful in a loving way. But it's creating that balance. And it's going to be a win-win for everybody if you do that. Because, if you have like one of those friends that just want to suck all your time and energy from you, you start to make excuses and things like that. So you're not winning because you're not enjoying the friendship, and they're not winning because they're not enjoying the friendship. So anyway, my point is how you open your heart while maintaining healthy boundaries is to let go, trust the universe, do everything from your heart space, and just make sure that you maintain a balance of what's good for you as well as what's good for them. It's got to be a give and take. It can't be all you and none of them, and it can't be all them and none of you. Remember, Libra, balance, equilibrium. Okay? All right, so we are halfway done. This is a really good, pretty in-depth reading. Okay, number 4. Which of my emotions are no longer serving my highest good? Oh, okay, let's see what we have. We got communication is key, new moon in Gemini. All right. Well, in traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the major arcana card that is associated with Gemini energy is the Lovers. And the Lovers symbolizes, everybody thinks it means romance, but it doesn't. It just means, seeing each other as equals and things of that nature. Okay, so what was our question? We're on number 4. It is, and I'm sorry, I have my questions written down here so I could remember them. I'm sorry about hitting the camera. Which of my emotions are no longer serving me well? And we got communication is the key. Well, I think that the emotion that's no longer serving you well is keeping things pushed down inside you and not voicing your opinion and again, communicating. If you have a relationship where someone is taking up all your time, they might not realize it. They just might really, really, really love spending time with you. And you may just have to say, look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, and I enjoy our friendship, but I have other priorities in my life that I need to give time and effort to as well. That doesn't mean I won't make time for you. However, I do need to spread myself equally throughout all the aspects in my life. So I think that as far as the emotions that are no longer serving you well is the emotion of, not wanting to hurt other people. And by opening up and communicating, it's not that you're being vicious about it or you're being callous or cold. There's a way to be tactful. And if it comes from your heart space and you need to talk to someone, and you're doing it from that heart space and trying to put yourself in their shoes and seeing their perspective through love and through your heart space, that you're going to be able to talk to them and have a good dialogue. So I think you really need to tell people how you feel. Now, Gemini is also known as a very flirty energy. But I think the key here is that the emotion that's no longer serving you well is that thing that you've got to be quiet and you got to bottle everything up and you've just got to do what everybody else wants. Excuse me. And I'm sorry, I don't know the emotion for what's that exactly called, but you understand what I mean. Tell people how you feel, but do it from the heart space. Do it through understanding and love. And if you do that, all that bad feeling of bottling things up, man, that's just going to make you feel so much better. Less stress, less anxiety, and just open up for wonderful, meaningful connections with other, human beings in your life. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I revealed the card before I read the question. What aspects of myself need mothering now? Now, remember, we said that moon energy is very mothering. So what aspect of yourself needs mothering right now? And the card that we got for this it says, New Moon in Aries, it's time to take action. So I think that basically that what aspect of yourself needs mothering is you need some encouragement. You need support. And like I said, encouragement for the things in your life that you want to do. I think it's a good time right now to make maybe like a 12-month plan, but you need not to give up. Someone who's very mothering will encourage us to be our best self and will support us in the things that we want to do and the goals that we want in life. And you need to do your best to be happy with everything. I mean, as long as you do the best, whether it's at work or at home or in school or what have you, if you are doing 100% and you are giving your best, your all, then you need to learn to be happy with that. Okay. And again, the aspect that needs mothering is that, there's no reason for you not to be encouraged and to be supported. Okay. The universe supports you. And I guarantee you, your family and your friends and just everybody that is in your life supports you. And as this card says, it's time to take action. Okay, so make that 12-month plan. What are your goals? And don't give up. And if you give your best and maybe you don't reach the specific goal how you wanted or in the time frame you wanted, again, as long as you give your best, what more could you ask for? Be proud of that. Be proud of yourself. Okay? All right. And finally, the last card for this full moon reading is, what do I need to release in order to trust life? Oh, and this is so important. I mean, and you've been doing the work. All right. We got the waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. All right. This plays with this card because we talked about here, don't give up. This card is saying, release your doubt. Look at these birds flying. Release your doubt. Okay? Your dreams can come true, but you've got to keep moving forward. There's a big world out there, and you can make every single one of your dreams come true as long as you keep moving forward. believe in yourself and others believe in you too. Okay? Again, review your goals. Just make sure you're committed. If your goal is X, commit yourself to that. Make that 12-month plan and go for it. Release doubt. Because you know what? You can do it. And I believe you will do it. You need to, I should be pointing. You need to believe that you can do it. Okay? So with that being said, I hope this resonated with you. Again, we'll go back to our normal readings, our tarot reading on Monday, and then on Friday of next week, we'll go back to our oracle message. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and do our distance Reiki. I'm going to get my Tibetan bowl. I'm just going to set it on my cards here. Okay, and if you're not already in a comfortable position, go ahead and do so right now. Make sure your cell phones at least are on silent for 2 minutes. That's all I'm asking, 2 minutes. You deserve 2 minutes of physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing, whatever, karmic healing, whatever you need, okay? So I want you to start breathing naturally. Make sure you're nice and relaxed, focusing on your breathing. If at any time during your Reiki healing that you feel like you got thoughts popping up into your head, just take a deep breath in, exhale them out, and deal with them after your 2 minutes is up. Okay, so go ahead and start breathing. And let's begin. All right, everybody, go ahead and start slowly wiggling your fingers and your toes, opening your eyes, taking your time. Again, thank you for sharing this time with me. Remember, full moon this evening. Make sure you charge your crystals. Also, if you make moon water, get your moon water out there. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. You can also follow me on Facebook, Your Natural Healer. And if you're interested in any type of personal tarot reading or some distance Reiki healing or some numerology, or just go to my website, yournaturalhealer.com, click on the services tab, and there's a ton of stuff, various prices to fit everybody's needs. And with that being said, I will see you guys on Monday. And thank you again for sharing your time with me. Go have a wonderful day. Go live your best life, but make sure you do it the natural way. Namaste, my friends.